Coming up on this episode.
They could also be the androids.
I was under the impression this was the world.
I look the worst you've ever seen me.
A black-scaled kobold holds 2 Blightburn crystals in hand, facing a handful of similarly scaled kobolds. They all stand on a rocky outcropping some ways down into a canyon. The kobold holding the Blightburn begins to build a mechanism into the rocky wall that, when tripped, will slam the 2 pieces of Blightburn together. While she does so, she intricately explains each step of her process to the group behind her. Once finished, she gives the group time to inspect her work before dismantling the trap and handing the supplies off to one of the kobold onlookers, motioning for them to give it a try. Back on Outpost 1, our party is regrouping. After discussing their whirlwind experience of meeting Mick's patron, Renister and Aimon decided to pray to their divines for guidance. Renister's prayers were quickly answered as the chosen Malnomti paid the Penumbra a visit, assuring Renister that he and his friends are on the right path. After Renister excitedly filled him in on what had happened, Aimon headed to a close but secluded island to meditate and pray. We cut to myself describing what he sees while deep in meditative thought. And you just see kind of like a silhouette of an elf, decently far away. It's kind of hard to make. I mean, it is literally just like a silhouette. Or think of like someone in shadow. Like, you can't really pick up skin tone, hair color, but just like an elf with long hair. Very straight, long, flowing hair. And they appear to be sitting in a similar way to you. I don't really know how you sit when you meditate.
Just be on both knees.
Okay.
My hands on my legs.
Yeah, basically just like that. And as they sit there, there is no words exchanged, but there is not, I guess longing wouldn't be the word, but you have this feeling almost within like your soul to be pulled towards this elf, and this like deep desire to find this being, let's say, this elf. And you don't really know how long goes by, but after a while of like kind of sitting in that feeling and feeling it, it's not a bad feeling. You know, it's not like you're being like ripped out of your body or being pulled away from something. It's more so like you're a compass and you're like walking in on something, right? It's just like a natural kind of like feeling. That elf stands up and kind of takes a moment, stands there, almost like just taking a moment to take you in, so to speak. You feel their eyes on you, even though you can't really make out any details on their face. And then they turn and walk away.
As they start to walk away,
I
rolled to make this decision.
Okay. Did you roll well or bad?
It depends.
Yeah, that's fair.
I rolled to see if I would take my curse to overwhelmed to try to stay longer, and I would do that.
Okay.
So I will cast Thunderburst again.
For sure.
If I can, if I'm in the state where I can do that. If not, that's okay.
Yeah.
If I have the wherewithal enough to try it in my mind, I'll just be like, wait, and then try again.
Blast of thunder. You kind of like mentally send out that feeling of wait, and then there's a loud thunderclap.
So
and
I'm technically overwhelmed.
Yes. I think this is the first time this has ever happened to you.
Ever, yeah.
It's not a good feeling.
No.
As your curse...
Not the first time, but first time in a while.
Yeah. It's essentially all of the stuff that is normally out is forcibly now kept within you. And it's just like... It's like when you're having a really bad day, and it just kind of stays like that until you get a good night's sleep, probably. But you do that, and you hear kind of the sound of wind through trees. And you don't know why, but it sounds familiar almost. Sound of trees that reach far up into the sky. Maybe further than any tree you've ever seen before. They would dwarf the trees, probably even in the Equoy rainforest that you've been in. Those trees were fucking massive. You hear the sounds of elves speaking, but they none of it's coherent in any way. It's just like just think of like stock chatter, like crowd noise almost, but it's like clearly elves in a natural setting. You hear all of that, and you just get this feeling from this elf as it like looks back at you and then continues to walk away, and you get this feeling of content, of safety, of understanding, almost as if in a way to say what you had done was unnecessary to do. Not in any way where there's anger or malice towards you for doing it, but just in a way, essentially think of it as a spiritual way of saying a pat on the back and being like, you don't have to try so hard. Not in like a way of like,
listen, bud.
A little bit. Not in a way of like, yeah, it is a little like things will come.
Yeah. The definition of the overwhelmed is causes a irreconcilable conflict between you and the sources of your power until it's changed, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it is kind of like the energy of like patience, my child, a little bit, you know? But yeah, and then like that figure kind of like walks and you kind of lose consciousness for a second, but you come to. Don't feel great, obviously.
Things just a wreck around me.
Yeah, like a lot of the trees, branches, the smaller ones have kind of been ripped clean off. There's nothing currently happening around you physically anymore, though. Weck is kind of just like standing upright watching. You could tell he was like maybe debating going in there, but like definitely was like probably not worth it. But yeah.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
And like gain my balance and shake off my poncho.
Mm-hmm.
I won't put it back on, I guess, because it's soaked.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Throw it over my shoulder and walk over towards Weck and be like,
all right.
How long has it been?
Since you left, it's probably been 6 hours.
Okay.
Total.
Anything? I don't know. It's not very productive. Anything outside of me happen? Anything other than what I seem to be causing?
Nah, he'd just shake his head no.
Okay.
And just be like, are you...
I'll be okay.
All right.
Are you ready to head back? I'm
Of course.
I'm good if you are.
I'm
just going to quietly kind of climb back into the skiff and just lay down.
Yeah. He'll kind of pick up that, like, obviously...
Almost like that flu where, like, it like you can't stop moving because you can't get comfortable and it just feels terrible. That's just kind of what I'm doing on the floor.
Yeah. It's almost like your body just feels wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You come back. Anything within that 6 hours?
I would have gone to Renisteer.
Okay.
And I guess maybe you're still in Aimon's room.
Just like busting a move.
Yeah.
I just knock.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Renisteer in there?
Yes.
Why are you in Aimon's room? Never mind. I'm opening the door. Oh! You're fully clothed? I don't get it.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, okay. I announced my... Never mind. I shut the door. I'm like...
What can they do you for?
So, noticed you jogging a little bit.
Yep.
I think I know what this is about.
Oh?
You and Threst did it, didn't you?
No.
You wrapped your tails together, whatever you guys do? I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Is it
that's
one of
what
those
we
things where
do.
like she lays eggs and then you just swim over them?
Actually, we wrap our tails together and then spiral down to the earth below, and I pull my flaps right before we hit the earth.
That sounds like you're lying to me.
I am lying, yes.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten better. I had you going for a second.
No,
didn't I?
you didn't.
Oh, fuck.
That was a lie.
Oh, no.
Wait, so what?
The master.
You didn't do it?
No.
I thought for sure that's what that was.
No, it's more of a spiritual thing. I didn't know if you would be as interested in that.
Boring.
Well, that's why
I thought
told
you got
Aimon.
laid.
No. Well, to be fair, she did tell me that we would have some alone time next time we have some leave.
So you're going to get laid.
I mean, maybe. I don't. She
So
didn't.
that's why you were jogging?
Okay. No, the religious thing was why I was jogging. But Okay, think of Thress for a second here. You think she's just going to outright be like, let's bone later? I don't think she's going to outright say that.
I don't know. She talks to me almost 0% of the time.
Look, our relationship is that, but more affectionately. Silent, but affectionate.
That sounds horrible.
It's perfect for me. We
All right.
vibe very well.
Don't you always have religious experiences? Why are you jogging?
I met a chosen. Like, in the flesh. Chosen. You all kind of went unconscious for a second. Except for Archie. He got his brain wiped, though. Not sure how that works.
Diego, you can just tell he's starting to lose interest as you keep talking.
What? Okay, this is why I only pulled Aimon aside. I knew it wouldn't fascinate you. For me, it was like life-changing shit, okay?
Oh, it sounds neat.
Yes, neat. Neat is the word I would use.
Was it important or anything? Do I need to be worried?
No, honestly.
They weren't after me, were they?
No. Sam Samel and Tezetios aren't like...
I haven't
in the
had a
same
great
league.
relationship with really any deity, so...
I mean, that's
I
fair.
mean, not bad relationship. The Sansamel thing, that seems bad. Rocky terms, for sure.
Let's just put it this way. Your effect on Sam Samel does not affect your standing with Tezetios as far as I'm aware.
Neat.
So, no, she was not... She was just basically telling me that we are doing the correct thing.
But
I'm on the right path.
But, drunken slurs while I draw little penises on your chalkboard over
That was you?
your prayer, whatever. That
I couldn't even figure out what they were at first. Mine looks completely different from that, but I was wondering who kept doing that over the sign-up sheet for worship. To be
Yeah.
fair, that is the only thing that has been put on there recently. So.
Well, I'm better now. I was having a rough moment. I just wanted to make sure that your God didn't hate me for it. So,
No, Tezetios is a little more understanding than some of the divines that my understanding. So, in a moment of weakness, I don't think you're going to be smoted or anything like that. Besides, you're not even a follower to begin with, so you don't have anything to worry about.
oh, good.
He's not that petty.
So that's how that works? If I don't follow any of them, I can't piss any of them off?
Well, I'm sure there's probably some that are that petty, so I wouldn't push your luck. Like, I wouldn't make a habit of it.
I would ask if you have more information, but then you'd just tell me to go to the services. So I think I'm going to just go.
Hey, let's just put it this way. How about we just not piss off any other gods? Let's just start there. Quiet personal blasphemies, just don't let me hear it, but keep it to yourself, okay? Like, if you're using the big dragon's name in vain, like, we've been there. I've stubbed my toe. I have big feet. We've been there.
I've tried. It's just not, it's very clunky.
Yeah. Oh, Tezetios.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Not so much, no. That's why it's kind of hard to use his name in vain. You have to, like, really go out of your way to do it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Scrot! Like, that sounds a little bit more punchy.
That sounds
punchier.
I might use that one, or maybe not. Is he one of the ones that's
He might be
spiteful?
petty enough. It might also make Phosphorus uncomfortable, although that might make you want to use it more.
I may test that theory out.
You can do that. Just not the Tezetios. We don't have to worry about that as much. But yeah, I met a celebrity. I didn't get laid. You Scrot when you stub your toe.
Wait, you met a celebrity?
Well, my celebrity. She's the chosen.
Oh,
Not like-
the religious thing again.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Do you have heroes? I didn't think you had, like...
oh, mine are all dead.
Well, then who would you be excited for? Like, you seemed excited when I said a celebrity. Is there one in mind that you were hoping for?
Well, I was hoping it would be somebody cool. Maybe somebody I hadn't heard about. Because I don't know every celebrity. I'm going to go leave now.
Scrot, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
anything.
I just have everybody saying it now.
It's the new trend on the ship.
New trend on Outpost 1. New trend on Locali. New trend on
We're
the
just going to
world.
get, like, halfway through this adventure. Scrot's just going to manifest and smite us all in one swing.
Well, little do you know, he becomes more powerful the more people say his name.
God damn it.
He's like Santa?
But yeah, is there anything you guys want to do before heading out now?
Rest for 8 hours and
Well, yes.
get my curse gone.
Yes. Anything on screen, so to speak, sorry.
No.
Not that I can think of.
You can also do some things while traveling, anyways. So.
Yeah. There's nothing that like is necessary to do here.
Okay. So take the night, leave in the morning shift.
Shit. No, you're wrong. I would like to talk to. Is everyone going to be actually like back here on the ship at night?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like
6 hours after we land, I'll be back at sleeping.
Oh, before you sleep, I just want to grab everyone real quick.
I look the worst you've ever seen me.
That's fine. This conversation's not going to last long.
You look horrible, Aimon.
Thank you.
Success, failure.
A little both.
Okay. Since I have some sort of access to the skitters, do you guys want me to ask them about the proteins and aeons, see if they can keep an eye out for anything?
Yeah, honestly.
Maybe the Ravda too.
I would be
Ravda?
surprised if something comes back if they've been hidden away this long, but I guess
well,
there's no
Have they
harm.
been hidden or they've just been up in the air?
It could be that people don't know what they are, so just keep an eye out for like weird sightings of giant crocodiles that are flying in the air.
In Ravda masks.
Yeah, Ravda too. I was going to use a spell tonight, so if you guys are fine with that.
What I would
That's
say
fine.
is something probably keep an eye on just tears in general.
Okay.
Planar
Maybe
weeks.
if we could have an idea of,
Elemental tears.
like how much is going on. I guess if they told us 100 were happening right now versus 10, I don't know which one would be, like obviously 100 would be worse than 10, but I don't know how much is bad.
Yeah. Or like at what rate they're accelerating.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Okay.
But maybe over time we could kind of tell.
Because it could be 100, but they could have had 1,000 yesterday. So
We're winning.
yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, for sure.
Evan just gives a thumbs up and like holding his stomach starts walking back to his room.
So
He's moody.
I'm just sick.
You weren't supposed to hear that.
Do you want something?
Nothing you have can help me right now.
I
mean, I have alcohol.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say nothing he has. He did fix a very debilitating disease that you can't normally fix.
Can you reverse a curse? My oracle curse?
I can give you something to knock you out.
It's fine. I'll fall asleep.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I have too much on my plate to work on that, man.
Start walking away.
But yeah, anything else before you guys leave?
I would cast Dream Message.
Okay. Yeah, you can just give me the spark notes. We don't have to.
So pretty much, I just wanted to see if she has heard about anything related.
The head of the skitters?
Yeah, head of the skitters.
Okay.
Has anything related to proteons, aeons, any dimensional tears?
Yeah, just planar magic in general.
I'd also kind of hint that like this shit's actually getting kind of bad.
Yeah, like this is something to definitely pay attention
Yes.
to. Okay, for sure. Yeah, you can do that. They can't respond, right?
No, I would just say that I'm gonna contact her via sending in like a week.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, next morning, probably day shift. When that starts, you guys head out. The speed of your ship, the Penumbra, is now 40, I believe.
I believe that is correct. 40.
Who wants to roll to see if you got wind at your back?
I will.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
D20, 11 or higher, you do.
No,
Fucking loser.
I don't remember the last time we actually like left with wind at our back.
I believe it is the third day of the first week of Deep Breeze. You guys are traveling 96 miles per day to get to the stretch of land you need to get to. It's it's like towards the southern edge of the Bedouin Isles. So it's pretty far away. You need to make 500 miles worth of travel to get to the spot to where you can start looking. So that would put you at 96 a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a little bit more. So around midday on the 8th day of the first week is when you'd get to that area.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys want to do during that?
Do I progress in the lycanthropy?
No.
Fuck.
Would I hear back from Wander at all? / Marcy?
Oh yeah, I can give pretty basic updates on Skitter stuff too.
And does Uchido have sending?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, word. Just asking for a friend.
She sends to me.
I mean, nothing of note for you, Aimon, other than like acknowledging that they'll look into things. You know what I mean? Because like they weren't looking into it before, they weren't aware of it. But
they didn't solve it in 3 days.
yeah,
Shit.
I mean, the main thing is that clearly Wakuzan already has something like that to the Shadow Veil, so it's actually a really good place for Wander to try to look into that sort of thing. I mean, pretty similar story with the Skitters. They're like, okay, I'll let you know, pretty much.
Okay. Did you add the Ravda to that list?
No,
Sorry,
what do you mean?
they told me to talk about the Ravda, and I just blanked on it when we did that.
Do you want the Ravda to look into it?
No, the Skitters look into the Ravda.
Mentioning the Ravda in addition to the
Ravda. I'm thinking of the Sariv. I'm sorry. Yes. You want them to look into the Ravda as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just,
cool.
He mentioned that, so.
My bad. But yeah, I mean, Uchido can give you a sending in there to just update you that, I mean, you're not talking with the pendant anymore. I believe it's in the bag of holding, so it's in a different space even.
Yes.
She is now heading back to Loklai. She has finished up helping the pugs with their breathing problem, choking death. But that's still like a month or so journey. Anything you would want to say other than...
Oh, is it a two-way?
You respond with
25
25
words.
words.
Oh.
But I'm just kind of paraphrasing because it's not super important, but...
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say too much. I'd be like, cool beans, brother.
Okay.
What?
I'd be doing a lot of chilling, recovering from the overwhelmed.
For sure.
Eating lots of Baptiste food, sitting in the dining hall and writing is about all I'll be doing.
Alrighty. So yeah, now you guys get into looking for the islands. This stretch of land is 150 miles. So it's a little bit bigger. Like I said, it's further out towards the southern edge of the Bedouin Isles. So you got a lot more ground to cover. 50 miles worth, to be exact. Hey, Jack, you're in post. I cut out the 10 minutes of the party and myself making a bunch of checks to find the island. It works just like how they found the first island, only a bit harder to find since they have more sky to cover. Basically just a bunch of rolling of numbers and saying results. So here's the end of all that. Okay, so you spent 5 days looking. The island would come into view around midday of the 13th day of Deep Breeze, third day of the second week.
What a bunch of scrot.
Okay.
A real load of scrub.
Okay, guys. What is going on here?
What do you mean?
So there is,
I don't know what you're talking about.
again, there is another heat wave. It's not as much.
God damn it.
The temperature rises about 30 to 40 degrees within a few minutes, which just means it's about 50 to 60 degrees. It's actually a pretty nice temperature.
Never mind.
You see the island in the distance, matching the one on the tablet. 2 circular islands connected by a slender stretch of land. For the sake of just ease of directions, you're approaching from the south. The western island, the eastern island. I got my west and east mixed up. The eastern island is the bigger one. It appears to be covered in a massive black sandstorm. The western island, the smaller one, again, this is technically one island, but it's connected by like a little land bridge, appears to be... Well, why doesn't everyone roll perception, actually?
16.
22.
That's a lot of sand.
26.
Okay. Diego
Can I
and...
see through the sand? Because weather?
No. So all of you just see that. All of you also see, I'm just going to kind of describe it. The western landmass is a mix of sand dunes and rocky outcroppings with drastic elevation changes that fill the landscape with canyons and cliff faces. That land bridge that leads into the eastern landmass looks to be one long canyon. All of the eastern landmass, like I said, is completely obscured by that sandstorm. Diego and Aimon, you're the only two that spot this, including the crew. You notice a bit of movement. Aimon, you can't make out anything than seeing the movement because he has vision-enhancing things he can see further. A bit of movement on one of the black sand dunes towards the center of the western landmass. Too far away for you to make out any concrete detail. However, you do pick up that there is 3... Diego, you pick up there's 3 things moving, just like traveling over the landscape, it looks like.
Like people things?
If you wait a little further, they look humanoid, black. I mean, they look black. I'm not saying that they have like a black skin tone, but there are plenty of things that are... Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, like, there's scaled things that could be black. There's like an actual like dark black, whatever. Anyways, the other thing that Aimon, Diego, you notice is that the sandstorm on the eastern island is consistently circular around a singular point on that landmass, kind of towards the middle.
Is it like in the middle of the landmass?
You don't clock it, but yeah. I mean, you guys would share it, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
wouldn't you like to know? I'm
you
not
think-
sharing.
I am. Do you think that's another like atmosphere control thing going wrong?
If I could look at it, maybe.
I feel
It's a
like
giant sandstorm that's moving in a perfectly
Alright,
circular fashion.
And sorry, the figures are on the eastern and western.
West.
Western. Because you wouldn't be able to see them if they were...
On
'cause
the
there's
west
sand
side, something
obscuring.
seems to be moving. Couldn't tell you how many. Diego might be. able to
Are they
know.
massive? Are they small? Or are
They look humanoid.
They look like little specks in the distance. They're definitely not big things. Whether they're like medium or small or whatever.
It's not the dinosaur thing again, I don't think.
Damn it. There goes my diplomacy.
But yeah, how would you guys... I mean, it's still pretty far away. Do you guys want to continue to bring the ship closer? This time doesn't really come with a change in like heavy winds or anything. Obviously, there's probably some wind going on in that sandstorm part, but...
I say we don't go immediately into the inclement weather.
No,
Yeah, I would say
What
we
about the
go
Western Island?
we go towards where we think the people are. Maybe they need our help, or maybe they're hostile and we can just kill them. I don't know.
Yes, I definitely would like to know one way or the other.
It was nice to have the ship close by last time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can still like keep it relatively close.
Yeah, you want to just continue on with the ship?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get a little closer.
What is
and
the
then
range
we'll-
of the cannons again?
500 feet.
Okay.
Minimum distance, 150 feet.
I'm going to use my reach
So it's
spell
harder to
on the cannon.
Shoot. Oh, sorry. That's not how that works. Minimum distance means that's the amount that the aim can be moved, whatever. 500 feet.
Got it.
Do we want to factor in like teleportation magic to make sure if like these guys somehow are able to board our ship, or do we want to try to bring it closer?
Well, I mean, teleportation magic to this range outside of like Dimension Door is not going to matter too much because if they go farther than Dimension Door, chances are they go far enough no matter how far the ship is.
I guess I don't know how it works.
That's pretty much all my experience with it.
I'm just hoping they're friendly.
I'd like to bring
I mean,
our
yes.
new armor and firepower closer.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can also communicate with the ship, so.
Yeah.
Wait, Magnus. I haven't heard you speak in a long time.
Yeah.
Are you coming
What's
with us? Are you part of like the ground crew now?
I mean,
You're welcome to if you'd like to be.
yeah.
I mean, it involves the
Didn't know
androids
it
and the
was
handlers.
like a question.
What?
Didn't know it was like a question. But yeah.
Well, I don't know. You're not really one of us, because we've been
Yeah.
traveling together for a while, but you seem to really fit in the ground crew situation. So I also don't want you to try to kill these people because you think they're Magin.
I won't. I won't.
Can I roll?
That was me clearing my mouth.
Okay.
It wasn't
That
him.
was perfect
say-
if that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as you all know, he will probably never not be somewhat of loose cannon, but for the most part, you guys feel confident that he's no longer going to start guns blazing unless, like, with undeniable evidence, someone's like, I imagine. Or, like, if one of those things is Martin Brooke and he recognizes him, he's probably not waiting to ask questions in that moment. Not saying that's the case. There's 3 Martin Brooks.
let me also just off the top of my head, Magnus. If we see somebody that you're gonna immediately kill, try to keep them alive. I just thought of it for no reason.
Well, I take prisoners before.
Okay, cool. I don't know if we've covered the prisoners part. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
We take prisoners?
I do.
We
And
have in
then
the
I
past.
torture information. out
Why
of
would
them.
we
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
taken prisoners.
We
None
have
of them
done
made
that
it.
before.
None of them ever like made it out, but yeah.
Well, what's his name?
Well, they were all vampires, I think.
No, the assassin rat.
It's a dwarf.
Oh yeah, the dwarf was a vampire.
Yeah.
God, Sovereign Glue is so useful.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to come in handy here.
Okay, so you guys want to get closer?
Yes.
Move up.
Yes.
Well,
and then I'll keep my eyes.
how far
on
away
these
from the island
people.
are we right now?
I'm in a good ways still. You probably got a couple minutes to travel to get closer.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll keep my eyes on them the entire time.
Probably want to start the skip when we were like 1,500 feet away.
Sure.
Can we
Do you want
tell?
to be 1,500 feet up?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I, as we're approaching, try to like look and see if these dots have like appear to have noticed us or are like watching us approach?
Yeah, for sure. You don't have to roll anything because I rolled against perception DCs. Diego, you pointed them out. You have the best eyes. Before you get too close, there comes a point where they kind of like, just because you're approaching from an angle, and there's plenty of times where they just like disappear behind things, whether intentionally or not. There comes a point where you just lose them, and it's pretty clear that either they went deep into something, like there's canyons and stuff, so there might be caves in there or whatever, or they like specifically hit. But you can't really tell, but everyone loses sight of them. You don't see them anymore.
I think they're hiding. Also, that's a fair reaction, I guess.
Yeah, you see a giant ship.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we can.
You do have
much.
like a last known location.
Except for the dragon thing. I kind of had the chance to do this exact thing, and then I jumped out. Never mind.
Is there some kind of like skyfaring code or like a flag we can fly that shows we're coming in peace?
Not really.
Yeah, it's normally
They
like,
also can't see us at all.
Just a thought. If they do peek out,
yeah, normally that would be like, "Hey, we come in peace." I guess
like
I
a
don't know.
flag. I feel like there would be like
These
normal
ships normally
do.
don't have flags. They don't normally have mass.
Yeah.
Your guys' is the only one that does.
So there's no code
Plus,
whatsoever.
plus usually in this area,
But it's also
not
pretty
often.
rare, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Also-
also
they're
cross paths.
just a thought.
Yeah. Also, these people aren't on a ship, so there's no guarantee that they know that code. I will say,
Forget it.
Diego,
Mm-hmm.
you did get close enough before you lost them that it looked like 3 black-scaled kobolds. No details or anything, but
I didn't have any interaction with that last kobold, right?
which one?
No,
Yeah, the
engineer?
church one.
Oh,
no.
not the church one.
Are you talking about the engineer one from Outpost?
The
1?
White Whale's chief engineer was a kobold, silver-scaled.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Her.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about the other one that was super annoying.
No, I
Just-
think only I interacted with him.
If anything, you like kobolds because that kobold kicked Nolan in the back of the knee.
Yeah, that kobold was neat. It looked like they were kobolds, by the way, black-scaled ones. What do we know about kobolds? I know stuff about kobolds. Let me jog my memory.
You guys don't have to roll. They're very common, like, people.
But what do I know what they like?
What they like?
Yeah, just
They normally value structure in all things. There is some prejudice for the chromatic kobolds because they are of draconic ancestry. People don't really know how exactly that works. But the chromatic dragons are not normally very nice beings. There is no correlation, though, that kobolds are the same way. They're free, they're sentient, free will. They can be whatever they want. It's just some people might hold that prejudice if they've interacted with chromatic dragons before. Yeah, just kind of in general, they're kind of found in all walks of life. They have an affinity for underground living more than some races. But them being black-scaled probably means there's some level of acid resistance or abilities. Could be the case with these kobolds. But yeah, I mean, your main question would be, these are 3 sentient things, so that there's clearly sentient, like humanoids on this thing.
Knowing being a lizard folk myself, I know it's not exactly the same, but like lizard cultures, them being black kobolds, is there a possibility that like I could sort of parse to, not definitively know, but like kind of get a gist if they're like locals as opposed to people who've come to this island?
I mean, it would be hard to tell without like actual
Like
more
the climate
evidence.
itself, would it be something that would be conducive to these types of kobolds?
For sure. I will tell you this. Like I said, they're more than some races conducive to living underground. And this does look like a place where there's a lot of possibility for that. If you don't remember kind of in the 3D image you have on the tablet, these islands stretch unnaturally further down. Well, not unnaturally, but much deeper than most of the Sky Islands.
Second part of that question is,
Second answer.
if they're acidic, like you said, would they typically live in a more acidic environment? So is there some implication that if they do live here, that possibly underground could be acidic?
That could be the case, but it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
Just as how, like, you will more commonly find like a red kobold in a hot climate because they're kind of resistant to it, both literally and like figuratively. But that doesn't mean that red kobolds are only found in those climates.
Gotcha.
So it is probably more of a possibility, but it also could just be that they're black kobolds in whatever climate.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have confirmation on this, but knowing what I do about lizard ancestry, there's a possibility that these are locals. So I would say that we should probably approach this so that we're dealing with a local population and not try to spook them too much, or else we might have an entire village down on us.
What should we say our point or our goal is here? If they
I
ask?
don't know. I don't know how advanced these, if they're natives here, they're pretty isolated. I don't even know if they would know what a android is or if they've come into contact with that stuff. If they did and they are a primitive group of individuals, they may even worship them. I don't know.
I'm more thinking, are we merchants, explorers?
I mean, there's also two other thoughts. One, they could have crashed here. And
True.
are like survivors of that. And two, they could also be the androids.
That is also true. I am also, they are acidic, so there is a possibility underground, not a guarantee, but there is a possibility underground could be acidic, so bear that in mind should we land.
On
Or
the way
once we land.
down, I'm going to cast light in my hand
Mhm.
and just kind of wave it a bit.
Okay, for sure.
Just so, I mean, like I said, who knows what they might take that as, but
Yeah.
I feel like most places that wouldn't be a sign of aggression.
Yeah.
Just to kind of wave, just like,
Yeah.
see us coming in a smaller ship, fewer people waving a light.
He's
Like,
preparing a
So,
fireball.
before we get too ahead of ourselves, who is going down? And you are 1,500 feet up.
Yep.
Do you want to just go above the last place Diego saw them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Us and
who
Magnus.
is coming down?
Us
on
and
the
Magnus,
skiff?
I believe.
So Magnus, all of you go down on Perrin. I assume Renus
Yep.
here.
And I'll pilot us down.
Okay. Yeah, you go down. You kind of land in a little spot in between these like black sand dunes. Kind of behind one of them is where
I thought the west side didn't have black sand.
it is not. It is. There is like black sand dunes. There is not a constant sandstorm going on.
Oh, so it's, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's more, there's like some black sand dunes and then they kind of roll into like rocky terrain and canyons and then roll
Yeah.
back into the sand dunes.
Sounds good.
Do we want to send this skiff back up?
Probably,
Okay.
just in case.
Can we all fly?
Well,
again?
yeah, I guess.
We run out
How
of
do we get it
potions?
back? I guess I could think.
Well, it could also be brought back down.
We
Like,
just leave it. It's fine.
well, I was going to send phosphorus with it. Not phosphorus, Jesus.
Sulfur.
Sulfur.
You're
It'd be
losing
nice.
it, man.
He's sulfur? He's been sulfur this whole time?
I'm
What
okay.
the hell?
I'm fine leaving it, but it's up
Well,
to
they
you.
could board it. There's a lot.
Yeah,
we don't. There could be holes in like exit
That's
caves.
kind of what I'm worried about. I don't want
Yeah.
someone to steal this.
They could take it.
I want to come
Where?
back and it's up on blocks, all right?
Yeah,
So you're sending it back up or no?
I think we should.
I think we shouldn't.
Can we all fly back?
I actually don't care.
We should check
much.
that before.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, all of us can fly.
Yes, we can all fly.
All right. Then I will pull Sulfur out. He's going to take his master's form, and he's going to fly it back up.
Okay, cool.
And he's going to jump off the ship and fly back down to me because he can fly.
Okay, cool.
Can Magnus fly?
Yes.
Yeah, he did that awkward
Then why would we
floating
take
thing.
the skiff at all?
Because
We'll
we're
do
not
it.
wasting spells.
Expanding spell slots
Yeah.
is a thing.
Okay.
Diego and Phosphorus, in the area you
Hello there.
land, clearly, I mean, pretty well done, to be fair. You see the covering of tracks. It's kind of looked to try to be made like it's just natural wind patterns, kind of blew the sand like that. But you guys kind of pick up, it was pretty clear someone's tracks were covered. Probably these 3 kobolds.
Are we landed?
You are landed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You landed in between those 2 sand dunes. The skiff got sent back up. Kind of as you got off, Phosphorus, Diego, you clock that.
I would say, hello?
Shield and flame whip out, but I'm not like aggressively just out.
Is anybody there? I saw 3 kobolds, I believe. We mean no harm. We're just adventurers.
Do kobolds have a
Nothing.
language of their own that we know of?
The main, like, if they have a native language, it is Draconic.
Damn it.
Me neither.
Yep. I speak Dwarvish.
Anyway, we're just going to
I
pick a
know.
random direction and start walking then.
So, yeah, that is their common language, Draconic. But sorry. What were we talking about?
I was saying,
you call it.
we're just going to walk
no
a random
response.
direction. I just start like motioning like I'm pointing randomly, but I just follow the tracks that I
for
saw.
sure. Who wants to make a survival roll to track the tracks?
Not me.
Who's
I
good at
can.
survival?
Is
Well-
tracking at half speed?
Yep.
I'm gonna go into
Anything
stealth.
higher than a plus ocho.
Magnus is a plus 11.
Take
gonna-
it away, Magnus.
Keep an eye out.
Magnus, lead the way in this direction.
Okay. Exploration activities.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Stealth.
Okay.
Or is there one where I
Me
have my
too.
shield raised?
Okay. Yep.
I'll do that.
Okay.
We just using the stealth skill.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. I'm gonna assume you're in stealth and they'll roll against your DC.
What can I do? I can perceive things. I can just
Yeah, you can be on the lookout. Yeah. Why don't you give me a perception roll? You're the only one doing something that requires a roll.
25.
I'd probably be, for the record, positioned next to Diego just in case shit kicks off.
Okay. Magnus is leading.
I'll take up the rear in stealth.
Okay. Aimon in the rear as well for stealth.
I can technically move full speed with stealth, so I don't know if maybe I'm towards the front.
Well, right now you have to move half speed because Magnus is tracking.
I
So
just
everyone's
meant-
moving half speed?
I just meant I might be towards the front because I can move quicker.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Flavor wise.
Yeah. Cool.
No, it's stupid for me to be in the front. I'll be in the back.
Okay. You guys walk for probably about 5 minutes following this trail that was like they took their time to try to cover their tracks. And again, it's done decently well, just not good enough. And eventually it kind of leads you into kind of one of the more rocky parts of the island, and the tracks, you lose them a bit, but they clearly kind of lead to like a bit of an outcropping that goes down into the canyon a little bit. And Diego, before Magnus turns the corner and he kind of stops too, you see just like the faintest of green lights just kind of spilling around that corner as it goes down into the canyon. And Magnus kind of just peeks his head around the corner just a little bit and then just like motions for whoever's close to like peek around as well.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I guess us three.
Okay. You see kind of up against the wall, there's like some sort of thing to like a trip wire on the ground. And there are what looks to be two little sharpened, or like, they don't look like they were sharpened, but like sharp ends out bits of blightburn crystal. So that when you trip the wire, it doesn't look like they'd hit you. They would just slam together. The bits
That's
of
not
blightburn.
good.
Do we know what would happen if they slammed together? Outside of just
Probably bad things.
We know what happened when a dragon launched it.
Why don't you guys
So-
roll crafting?
my strong suit.
I'm not going to roll crafting. I'm just going to
I can't
assume
see
it's
it.
bad.
Yeah.
I can't see it. So
Okay.
Well, I was going to say because I can just whip it. But if it's going to cause some big thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he did motion for you guys to come up, for anyone
Okay.
to come up and look if you just want to come up and look after
Yeah.
they look for a little bit.
oh man, I rolled a 2.
But there's no
15.
indication of the little kobolds anywhere.
No, I mean, this kind of outcropping does go further down the canyon. The canyon looks like close to 100 feet deep, so it looks like you might want to take this further to look for anything. No, I mean, bad things probably, but no specifics.
Do I know if I can break that trap down, if I can actually handle that fine? Or is that like raw?
I mean, it's raw blightburn. You probably wouldn't want to touch it raw, just like bare hands or anything, but you're probably good to, it's not like radiating
Okay.
the blightburn sickness, but probably not handling it with just your hands. You would have the equipment to handle it
Okay.
fine if you wanted to just break down this trap.
Yeah, I can go take that down.
Neat.
I'm like in a whip position. Oh,
No.
Well, please do not do
don't
that.
whip.
Yeah. Why don't you roll thievery?
Creep forward.
I'm gonna stay watch while he does that.
Do I
Again,
get
he has
do
to
I
leave
get any
sneak to do that.
bonuses for previously being a trap expert?
No.
No.
If you were still one, yes. But you don't get bonuses for previously being one.
You want me to roll to look out or no?
I will keep your DC in case there's anything creeping.
Oh God, 16.
Okay.
My thievery is not as good as I.
To make it clear,
thought it was.
I did not walk up to look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just me.
Why don't you make a reflex save?
Can one glimpse of redemption a rock?
No.
Oh,
'Cause it's not an
that's the
attack roll.
good one. All right, 28.
Crit success, no damage. So what happens is he goes up and he starts to take it down. And as he goes to take apart kind of the two crystal parts, you trigger something without hitting the tripwire and they slam into each other. And you kind of duck out of the way. But as they hit each other, there's not really any like blast of blightburn sickness or any radiation. I was called radiation. Any like of that like haze or anything. However, when the crystals hit together, there's like the sound of like energy or something, and like a sharp, just like jagged, almost tentacle of Blightburn just like grows out of it quickly and almost stabs into you. And that looks like that wasn't like that's just naturally what happens when Blightburn hits Blightburn.
I'm gonna like roll out from underneath it.
You all hear that, see that. Probably Aimon, because you're on watch, you don't see it, but you hear that.
What the fuck? Okay.
Seeing that, why don't you roll crafting again?
I could have whipped it.
God, I'm rolling like shit. 15.
Yeah, no clue what happened there. Yeah. Wow, that's weird, huh?
Is there only crafting that can be rolled for that? Is it only crafting?
Crafting or
Medicine, because I studied it for medicine.
No, I would allow nature. Aimon, you didn't see it.
I'll roll crafting.
But I heard it.
Yeah, you can roll nature with -4.
What did you get?
15.
Okay. I'll roll crafting.
I'll roll nature. What the hell?
19.
21.
Are you still rolling, Rusty?
No.
Is that
I
with
rolled,
-4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a tentacle came out of that thing.
Yeah, I guess. Look, let's just say you peek for a second, because I can't justify you just hearing it. Yeah, whatever. You hear it, and I guess you kind of put two and two together, and Blightburn, like I said, incredibly dangerous, but it is renowned for just like the latent energy it holds within it. And something with that energy forcefully meeting something containing that amount of energy just causes rapid like crystal growth. It's kind of weird. You don't really know what it's called, but it's just like a natural happenstance of when Blightburn meets Blightburn.
So did you say it was like a tendril, or is it more like a spike?
I mean, it's like a tendril. It
So it's
grows
like-
a
oh,
good
okay.
couple feet, and it like
So it's
moves,
like weaving.
but it doesn't look like there's any rhyme or reason. It doesn't look like it was like tracking him.
Oh.
It just like grows kind of sporadically out.
Can I try to actually take a bit of this?
Yeah, for sure.
I say all of that via message. To spell.
I'm not responding.
You don't have to.
But
It's
yeah.
me teaching you. You don't have to respond.
I'm
to
not
it.
responding.
Just for the record, I knew slightly more.
I'm just wrapping it like it up in like something
Okay.
just to store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
based on just what I heard with my ears, didn't even have to see it. It sounds like a tendril, which naturally happens when
I go
Blackbird
back into
two things
stealth.
hit each other. I cast message again. No.
Okay.
You up?
Counterspell.
Did
But
you
yeah,
hear me?
you guys want to continue it down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Keeping an eye out for traps.
Yes.
Very much so now.
Okay.
Continuing perceiving things.
I stay in stealth.
I guess I still have my shield up.
Okay. You guys get a little further down. Doesn't take that much longer. Aimon, you clock.
Yes.
So the canyon, you're kind of going down into the canyon. You probably get about 50 feet down, walk a good 100 feet further, like forward. There's a couple spots where like a small cave kind of opens up. Phosphorus would probably be the only one that could easily fit within it into the mountain, but there isn't any into the mountain, just into the ground. But there isn't any signs of the kobolds entering those. So you just continue on. And then there's a little slight curve. And as you turn the corner, you see
Me or everybody?
everybody would probably see this. I mean, there's people who see it first, which are the people who first turn the corner. You see a long, flat-headed kobold, jet black scales dotted with all manner of scars, pair of gray horns, both with several pieces chipped off, beady yellow eyes. She appears to be wearing this armor, kind of layered armor, appears to be made of white chitin. Do you guys know what that is? Is that how you say it? It's like insect carapace, and she has a small iron, like her sized iron pickaxe in her hand. She's holding it like not aggressively, but like ready. And she stands there, and Aimon, you clock that about a 10-foot square section of the wall to her right, your guys' left, as you're looking down at her, because it's sloped a little down, we'll say, is covered in illusory magic, and everyone just sees canyon wall there. It's pretty clear to you it's an illusionary wall. And she stands there. She looks at you. Oh, and she says, "Where do you come from?"
We come from Locali. I mean,
The sky. You come from where? Out there?
what? The sky. Yes. Do you see? I'm trying to see if there's an eye line on the ship here.
Probably not.
But did you see the ship?
Yes.
That's where we were.
The floating island.
Yes.
The moving island.
So I guess you're not super advanced kobolds, huh?
Knew it. You'd been lied to.
Who lied to you?
Are you like Moon?
What?
Do you wish to help?
Yes, we wish to help.
How can we help?
Who is Moon?
You look capable.
Me?
All of you.
Oh. I thought you were singling me out. Yes, we are.
Is my stealth good enough to try to sneak over and peek through that illusory wall while this is happening?
Probably not, because you'd just be walking like right up to her.
What if I cast invisibility?
Absolutely.
I cast invisibility.
I will not make you roll.
Okay.
You can kind of disbelieve that illusion. Look through. There's about 15 kobolds, all wielding their pickaxes kind of aggressively, all black scaled, different manner of gender, sizes, all just roughly basic kobolds. In front of them is a couple strings of those similar looking traps as well. And they were just all clearly like ready in case anything crazy happens. She says, though, there is land beyond this. She asks, like, kind of as a statement, but also as a question.
Yes. I take my hat off and I kind of like bow and kneel a little bit to hopefully show respect.
Okay.
My name is Diego.
Good. Okay.
It is a good name. I like her.
I have Wall of Fire ready.
Okay.
What is
Duality, man.
what is your name?
She kind of mumbles to herself a little bit, just like deeply lost in thought. She says, there's not just this thing. This is bad, but also this is good. I am unsure. Well, we have been lied to. That much is true. We need help.
What do you need help with?
To kill the blighted.
Okay.
To become them.
Those sound like different things.
The same. We shall take their place. They have lied to us.
What did the blighted? What are they? Are they like you, but
No.
Blighted?
They are not like us. We are the cleansed, unworthy of the sting.
did they used to be like you?
No.
Did you used to be like them?
I'm unsure. We have been lied to. There are many questions I also have.
So the blighted, do they look like you or
No.
do they look like me?
No, they are the blighted. They look like neither of us, because you are not the blighted and we are not the blighted.
What
Do they look like him? And I point to Renister.
No. She shakes her head no. But also she motions her hand up. You probably like move a little bit out of the way, Aimon. But she doesn't like lock you or anything. But the kobold's like at ease a little bit.
I'm going to try to, can I get within, I want to be like in that room with them. Is like a just a cave.
It looks like a 10-foot diameter, smoothly cut out,
Yeah, okay.
10-foot square diameter that goes into like a bigger chamber about 40 feet
Can I
in.
see where this magic's coming from at all? Like
It's just on the wall.
an individual or okay.
Nope, just the wall.
I'm going to get a
Illusion.
little bit of sand if I can do this without being noticed. And I'm going to try to get within eyesight of Renister, like behind position enough, and try to just toss a little bit of sand from the other side out of the wall.
I will say
So
if
he
she
might see it and see something different.
if she motioned to the wall, definitely would be looking at the wall. Even if she like kind of held her hand up, I mean that would be like
Yeah. Why don't you roll stealth? Aimon?
So as he rolls, it's actually chitin, I found out. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, chitin. My apologies.
Coin.
I've always said chitin.
Same. Yeah.
So
26.
26. Yeah, you guys see that. No need to roll to disbelieve the illusion. You can kind of tell that there's an illusory wall there now. You kind of disbelieve it. You can't really see in because you're not like at an angle to. Hello, GM Jack here with a quick rules explanation. Disbelieving an illusion is something some illusory spells and magical abilities require to see fully through them. For example, let's say there's an illusory door. A creature who's aware the door is illusory knows they can pass through the door with no problem. However, to fully see through the illusion, they must disbelieve it. This normally requires a perception check, which, if successful, results in the illusion, for the most part, ceasing to exist for whoever disbelieved it. Where there was once a door, there's now just an empty space. It is worth noting, though, that not all illusions work this way. Now back to the action. But she looks to all of you, and she says, "Come, you should speak with Moon."
Who? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have friends behind the wall?
Yes. And she just walks in,
Okay.
and she just walks around the traps. She doesn't not set them off, or she doesn't like turn them off for you guys. She just expects you to do the same.
As she walks in, I make myself uninvisible, just leaning against the wall.
I'd follow her.
I'm with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd follow.
Lead the way.
You have magic,
A little.
like this plate speaker.
It's not me.
I know,
Okay.
but it will be useful.
Yeah, I hope so.
So who is
Good.
Moon?
Good. Yeah. So you guys walk. Like I said, clean cut, 10-foot square passageway. Like weirdly clean cut. Actually, kind of reminiscent of the. Okay, never mind. It's not reminiscent of anything. But yeah, it's just like clearly wasn't just like dug out. It's not like a normal cave.
So do
like
we
a
see the
machine?
traps before we walk through the wall?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You don't have to set them off. I'm just saying she doesn't like disarm them for you.
Well,
She just
I'm
expects
saying,
you to
like,
step around them.
I didn't know if right as we walked in, like
No,
they're right in
no,
front
no.
of us, and we could
Well,
potentially accidentally
you
step
disbelieve the illusion.
on. Okay, so we can just see
You
through
can
it.
see through the wall now.
Got it. Okay.
You can just move around them. There's no roll. I'm just saying that she wasn't like
Okay.
clearing away for you or anything. Clean cut, 10-foot square passageway that goes for about 50 feet. The kobolds, with a nod from this kobold, the kobolds kind of like file back into the room. Goes about 50 feet before it opens into a room. She kind of leads you into that room. It's a 40-foot square room. Again, clearly like man-made. I put in parentheses because like who knows if it was like humans that made it, but 40-foot square room. East wall is to your right, has piles of organized supplies. These kind of small green plants that are spiked, think cactuses. These like lumpy, rough skin potatoes with like a firm, almost spongy texture, sweet, earthy aroma, and all sorts of shades of gray in the corner as well. They're, what are they called?
Irish.
No. They're like super fancy.
Gray.
No.
Yukon gold potatoes.
Yams.
No.
Sweet
Carrots.
potatoes.
I can't believe I can't remember it.
Cobalts.
Whatever. It's not important. God, that's going to kill me. Truffles. The word I was looking for was truffles. And yes, it did kill me so much again in editing that I added this in. There's a couple sticks with like skewered, cooked little like lizards, like tiny little cave geckos and stuff. Yeah.
What is Baptiste's bonus HP?
Your level. So 14.
Oh, freak.
That's all in the corner, as well as like chitin, just like pieces of chitin, rope made from chitin, a couple of these snares, these Blightburn snares, a couple of those pickaxes. They don't look like well made. They look a little wear and tear on them. The left wall has a dozen or so sleeping spots, bedrolls made from coarse white material, also made from the chitin. North wall has a map etched into it depicting a convoluted mine system that kind of snakes back and forth out of a cylindrical main chamber. On the floor in front of the north wall is a spherical stone platform, slightly raised, intricate magical sigils on it, a stone tablet slotted into its center. It does appear to be functioning. Standing in front of the wall, this is probably the most eye-catching thing in the room, you see, bear with me, a 6-foot round, roughly spherical mass of white and red crystals from which emerges 4 fleshy limbs, each split at the elbow into separate forearms, ending in 3-fingered hands, with these long, spindly fingers. 2 out of the lower bit of the crystal, which they stand on, and 2 from their upper half, which just kind of like are there in the air. 2 crystalline tentacles emerge from each side of the massive crystal and just kind of like float there in the air, clearly movable. All of you, as you kind of enter the room, see an image in your mind of a moon. And it's clear to you that that image came from this creature. And as that happens, the kobold kind of like looks at you expectedly, like almost expecting that to happen, and is like, "This is Moon."
I see. Sorry, real quickly before we move on to this, the main kobold who's been talking to us, when she speaks common, is it like she is fluent in it, or is it kind of like a second language? Like, is she kind of a little patchy on it?
It does feel a little uncomfortable, one might say. Like, she's clearly proficient in it, but it's like clear that she probably does not normally speak it.
Okay.
And it's also clear that from just looking around at the other kobolds, they're not really picking up what is being said.
So she's like, it can probably pick up that she's the only one who knows how.
Probably.
Okay.
Oh,
I am Hulak.
hi.
Who are you?
Hi, Moon.
You see in your head the image of a well-lit beach. Just Diego, when you say that. As the mass doesn't really this creature doesn't really have a front or a back, but it does turn around to like face you guys, so to speak.
Hulak, where did you learn to speak our language? I can see that you're...
I was taught by the blighted to know. I am the speaker for the cleansed.
Is my detect magic going off?
The teleportation circle.
It's a teleportation circle, you say?
Yes. I mean, it looks exactly like all the other Androphan.
Sure, yeah.
It has Androphan characters on it too.
Yeah.
As you get closer. But yeah, I mean, this thing is clearly like a magical creature of some degree, but it's not like actively radiating magic.
I was mostly being like, is this purely mechanical in a crazy way? Or I figured it was magic, but...
The being?
Yes, the being.
Yeah, it's... Like I said, it's got like flesh and blood arms out of a crystal body with... Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Do I know what kind of magic is currently on it?
It is not radiating magic. I just said it is clearly like a magical creature, but like just because something is like
so
not
magic
normal,
items like radiate magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like there is no active magical effect happening to this creature, so there is nothing to perceive from
Can I
it.
try to take a guess on what it is?
Yeah, why doesn't everyone roll religion?
That's my thing.
Can I roll esoteric lore?
Yes.
Is it a haunt?
No, but it is a creature, so you still roll with your full.
30.
8.
11.
29.
Cool. Diego and Renistyr. This is one of the more commonly known, again, there's not a lot known about them, but more commonly known aeons. Thelatos. There isn't a whole lot known about them, other than that they have meddled in mortal affairs before, specifically to help the oppressed in places with particularly draconian laws / rulers, in that their tentacles have a strange magical effect on those they pierce, causing a disorienting dilemma as you simultaneously feel forced to make a single choice while also being overwhelmed by the endless options available to choose from. Just Renistyr, because you crit succeeded. There are not many accounts of these things interacting with mortals. However, of those known accounts, they do speak of Thelatos helping to elevate the oppressed to a position of power. However, it would seem that the Thelatos deliberately do not change the power structure. All they do is turn the oppressed into the new oppressors. They're like a weird paradox or like anomaly of both valuing free will, but within the format of already constructed ways of doing so.
Gotcha.
Like political and societal structures.
Good thing I have no way to convey that.
Okay, well, what did you say your name was? Uthos?
Hulak.
Hulak.
How can we help you?
First, what is out there? How much is out there? I was under the impression this was the world.
Okay, so
Just like motions.
as I was talking to
Hulak.
Hulak. I wanted to say Uloth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hulak. As I'm talking to Hulak, I do double speak to you guys and say, this is an Aeon. Just in case.
I don't think
No,
we
you
can
guys
double
can't.
speak
Yeah,
like
But
that.
sorry. I was taking a drink. That's why they were
I just
frozen.
nod with what you're saying
Mhm.
along. Yeah.
Just informing the group there.
I
But
would say to
And Magnus
Moon,
as well, too, because we've been together probably
Yep,
long
yep.
enough now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, keep forgetting he's here.
with the vision of the moon in my head, knowing that, can I say to the moon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The other thing is that they are beings that only communicate through telepathic images.
Is that
I forgot about that.
what we both know? I'm assuming.
Yes, you
Okay.
both, Diego and Renisteer, you both know that they don't speak. They only communicate through the showing of telepathic
Perfect.
images.
So then I would say, what do the blighted look like, Moon?
Yeah, you say that. You see a beach that's storming.
I see. Can't show exact.
But Hulak did say, what is out there? I was under the impression this was the world, and she just motioned to around her. If anyone
We're just
wants
kind
to
of ignoring
answer
her. No, it's not just the world. There's more.
There's a lot more.
What?
We haven't even seen all of it.
Many more islands, oceans, mountains, deserts.
We actually didn't know this place existed. Let's put it that way.
What is an ocean?
Straight down below this island,
Yes.
it's basically just a way bigger island.
Really big.
Yeah, she kind of like processes that, and then she says, "How big?"
Very.
There's like cups of water bigger than this island. That's what the ocean is.
If you think about it,
Okay.
Can I make my way over to
okay,
the...
she just
My analogy made a lot of sense.
she just resolved it in her own head. I was like, if you think about it,
Deal.
going to say something, she's like, okay.
Can I make my way over to the Entrophin tech?
Yeah, the like teleportation thing.
Yeah, I just want to start like looking through it.
Well, I mean, it's just teleportation circle.
I would double
But
speak.
there's the stone tablet inserted inside. There's a bunch of like...
Yeah, you just said looking through it like there was a bunch of stuff. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Oh, great.
Why don't you tell us the whole story? Start from the beginning, like we don't know anything. What are the blighted? Who are they? What do they do to you? Who is
Yes.
this? And I point to Moon. And why are they here?
I will do that after phosphorus rolls.
25.
25.
How did she know?
Sigils are teleportation based, for sure. I mean, it looks like tablet can be removed if you want, but it would stop the circle from functioning. More specifically, it looks like some form of short form teleportation, most likely to somewhere on the island, since there's like nothing else around it. But Hulak, can you say that stuff? And she says, yes, the blighted. Also, there is the sting. Is everything. They gave life to us in the cradle. We are not to be in the cradle. When we die, we are reborn in the cradle by the sting. The blighted are those chosen by the sting. The blight speaker is their leader. We are the cleansed, those unworthy of carrying the blight.
Is the blight the green crystals?
She looks lost for a bit and then looks over to Blightburn and says, the lifeblood of the sting.
Okay.
Aimon, while this is happening, why don't you roll medicine?
My eyes are trained on this fucking moon.
20.
20. You, with all this talking, you give a good look at Hulak. You give a good look over to all the other kobolds in the room. All of them are suffering from Blightburn sickness, for sure. Not heavily, probably the first bit, but yeah, undeniable. I mean, they just look sick in general, but it's pretty easy to piece together. Like, there was clearly, she didn't use any protection when she handled stuff, or like, it doesn't look like anyone uses protection when they do that stuff.
We have those EpiPens with us, right? Not that I think it would work.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are just give a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she says, Moon came, showed us the way. She kind of motions to the teleportation circle. We set up here. We've been slowly getting the cleansed out. We realized we'd been lied to by the blighted. And so we will kill them and become the new blighted.
Have you been through the circle?
Yes, it is how we got here.
Where was it before?
The mines. Or this place, it was empty.
But through
We made it what it is.
Through there is the mines.
Yes. She motions to where this thing would be marked on the map, on the wall.
The blighted are in the mines?
Yes, as well as the cleansed.
Can I just start pull out like a sheet of paper and start taking a copy of that map?
Yeah, for sure.
What did they lie to you about besides this being the world?
I do not know. All of it.
What did they tell you besides this only being the world?
everything I know is what I've been told. Well, everything I know is what they have told me. So now I am thinking about what, as you say, what else could be lies.
How long before you die? Typically.
Our lifespan is 2 years.
Oh,
I am 1.5.
I say this like, I mean, she's the only one that could understand me, but probably wouldn't understand still. I just looked at everyone and I go, every kobold here has blightburn sickness right now.
Oh.
Jesus. Who's that?
Scrot.
Scrot, damn it.
Scrot Christ.
Scrot Christ. Scott Christ.
Yeah, she just like looks and she says, yes, my faith in this thing has not wavered. She kind of just says out loud, almost as if she's talking to something that like isn't here, or like a god or something, a divine.
Okay,
I
so
have many questions.
So the blighted, are they like, and I like size my hand up kind of where she is, or are they like
No.
tall like
She-
me?
She motions, she like holds her hand up as high as she can hold it, which is probably only about like 4 or 5 feet.
Like me?
More than your hand goes?
Mm.
I like raise it. I like keep raising it. Until
She would get across probably around 5 feet tall.
Okay. Are there skin like yours and mine? And I like
No.
soft?
She like starts to like breathe heavy as if she's getting angry thinking about it. She's like,
Horns? Pointy ears?
they have skin.
So soft. Soft skin?
It is pierceable by a pickaxe.
Do their ears look like
No.
these? And I point towards Aimon.
No.
Do they have ears?
No. They have long necks, except for the blight speaker.
Can
That
you-
one floats. It does not walk. It
Can you
is
draw?
above it. No. Maybe.
Can I roll esoteric lore with the information we just got?
I'd like to roll as
Yes, I can. I made that. I did not. Moon did. You know what? Forget all of that. That's Jack forgetting things. Yeah, you guys can roll esoteric lore. Or sorry.
All of you.
Society or esoteric lore?
Can she draw?
She can try to.
I'd show like the paper and like a pen, and
That's not bad for me.
I'll say just try to draw
Yeah.
blighted.
Why doesn't everyone get a +1? Because she'll get like a basic image down.
16.
Could I have made an impression by now?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll diplomacy. No negatives because you've had enough time.
21.
26.
Diplomacy is 20. And then the society was 21.
Diplomacy is 20, society is 21. Sorry, what did everyone else get?
16.
21.
26.
Okay. Can I be honest with you guys and just ask if this is information you're all going to share anyways?
Yeah.
So can I just give all the information to you?
On who the blighted is?
Well,
There's like a couple stages of information, and one of you passed all of them.
so it was me, yes?
Yes.
So I would just be double speaking
Okay.
to everybody.
So I'm just going to give it all out there instead of doing this information you two know, this
Yeah.
information you two know. I think that's just easier.
But yeah, I would double speak it.
So
as
she draws
we talk.
Got it.
She draws the basic blighted. Pretty quickly pick up that it's a Zolgath, a form of Zolgath, which are these vile creatures that normally dwell in the Underdark. Their entire society revolves around attacking and pillaging Underdark settlements. One of the more common dangers to be found down there. They're most commonly known for like every type of Zolgath smells fucking awful.
Have I heard stories about them? Like from my father or something?
Yeah, for sure. They're a pretty common thing to like. They come to blows with everything in the Underdark.
Okay.
So,
The boogeyman.
they're normally never so big and organized that they cause a major issue, but they're like the constant annoyance in the Underdark. The basic blighted that she draws appear to be a less common form of the Zolgath, known as gut ragers, like in conventional terms. They're stocky, about 5 feet tall, super muscular, normally known for being pretty quick, and they have these long, winding necks that are about like 1.5 feet long. Like it looks really weird on their stocky bodies. They have multiple stomachs that create an incredibly potent stomach acid that can melt through most things given enough time. And when backed into a corner, a gut rager can compress its gut to blow themselves up in a blast of caustic stomach acid, which is not fun to be around, either for the flesh melting aspect or the smell. She'll also draw the
Sting.
blight speaker.
Oh, blight speaker. That's right.
Why doesn't everyone give me another society roll for that? However, since you had identified the Gut Ragers, everyone has a +2 for this.
18. I have a -2.
13.
There's a +2.
18.
29.
Again, Diego gets all this information, can relate in doublespeak. Another
He
form
thinks
of,
she's a good drawer, and I think she's just terrible.
Yeah,
I have
I mean,
no
it
idea what
is
she's
not
drawing.
great, but it's enough to like jog memory. This is probably the most rare form of Zolgath known, called the Thoughtma, an exceedingly rare form of Zolgath, which I just said, who wields incredibly potent psychic magic. When they are around, they normally always lead the Zolgath war bands and are so dangerous because they can extract knowledge and intelligence from their foes to bolster their own abilities. So they can kind of like, I guess put in game terms, they can kind of snowball. They get enough settlements conquered under their belt, they become stronger and stronger and stronger. The other thing that immediately you would be aware of, Diego, as something to be on the lookout for, is that kind of similar to the Vetelarana, if you're a sentient being and you're within 60 feet of them, they know where you are. And there's no way to block that. There's no known way to block that, like there was with Cold Iron and the vampires. So that's something very important to know if you are, just in case you're in the vicinity, or for the more sneaky folks in Phosphorus and Aimon. 60 feet, sentience, knows where you are. That's like a sphere around it. It's not blocked by anything. But yeah, she kind of takes her time to draw them. It's not great, but it's enough to get the point across. Oh, I guess you didn't really know what visually those kind of look like. They're much bigger than the other ones. Again, it's kind of drawn so you don't know to what size, but at least a foot or two. Much more spindly build in the way they normally like don't walk or interact with anything. They're constantly levitating and flying and whatever. They like don't have to do any of that. So, yeah.
Hulak, in the mines, did you ever happen to see more writing like this? And I point towards like the Androphan sigils.
She would shake her head no.
Not at all?
None. I don't know what this is.
Okay. Well,
Can you... Is it writing?
yes.
I do not understand it. Moon knows.
Moon? What do you know about this? I say in Androphan to Moon.
You get back trees blowing in the wind.
What the hell even is that?
What happened?
I got trees blowing in the wind is what I got for that.
Like a vision?
Hulak nods.
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
I'm also talking in Androphan.
Oh,
Me
I didn't
too.
hear that.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, she doesn't speak Androphan. I can't
Well, I figured
read
she
this.
still is.
Yeah.
Just nodding.
Do we all speak Dwarvish?
No.
What do you speak?
Halfling.
Do we all speak Halfling?
No.
God damn it. I say in common.
Before you speak, I'm going to cast telepathy between all of us.
Okay. Is that how it works?
This actually might be
Well-
easier for Moon to hear.
Pretty much, I'm talking to them, and they have to relay it through me. But I'm basically like the relay station.
Okay.
We don't really need to hide information.
I'm just trying to figure
Hulak
out.
is not going to understand.
Yep.
And I say that in common.
I say telepathy to Phosphorus to say to everyone else. I just want to get a read on, are we going to help these people with this, or is this...
I mean, they're... Oh, yeah, I'm not hearing
What are we
this.
supposed to do here exactly again?
And I'll relay that.
What was our goal?
Oh, have we checked the thing?
'Cause we kind of found the Androphan thing here.
I don't want to do that in front of everybody.
We'll just cover it with
They
something.
won't know what's going on. We could get what we need and leave.
Can you not just literally turn away and just
I can.
like cover it with a backpack?
I'll turn around and go find a corner and just pull it out real quick.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of peeing off the teleportation.
Correct.
Yeah,
It points back to the circle.
Yeah, I'm checking the Android.
I mean, to be
tablet.
fair, it goes against it. It tracks to the strongest. So if there was something stronger within 10 miles, but it is worth noting that
Yeah.
10 miles probably doesn't even reach the other island
Can
that it's connected to.
we just
So,
clarify again? What are we
Yes.
looking for in this island?
The bunker.
We are looking for.
It looks like we're in it.
You didn't know that you're looking for bunkers, but you are aware that this was the island labeled Codex, and the last island you went to was labeled Apparatus, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't know at the time, but that one, the Apparatus, was in a bunker there. So it would probably be safe to assume there's some sort of Androphin something here,
I would
probably with the Codex.
I would ask Moon, do you know where the Codex is?
It shows you a tree felled lying on the ground.
Okay, so tree again, but looks like a no on that one.
It looks like we're just in the bunker already, so maybe we don't need to.
Does it?
Can I
it
try
has
to
all the
speak to him?
bunker things in it, like the teleportation
I
circle.
thought it just had a little bit.
Are you still speaking in Androphin?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it just has a teleportation
No.
circle. Nothing's made out of adamantine. And there's nothing other than the teleportation circle.
Oh,
And
I thought there was like a stone thing with tablets on it and all that.
Yeah, that was the
stuff.
teleportation circle.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not like, it doesn't look like the whole thing is that.
Gotcha.
My money is that it's probably where the giant sandstorm is.
Well, probably.
Yeah, I was just hoping we didn't have to.
Yeah.
Moon, does this lead to the other side of the island, the other circle?
Wavy trees.
Okay, I think that's a yes.
Are wavy trees yes?
Well, they can't answer that.
Well, if he gives me wavy trees, then
Oh,
Well,
it's a
there
good
could be
sign.
no then.
That if he says no, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you would get wavy trees. It does feel like wavy
Because
trees.
if that's
is
no.
I mean, maybe it's not.
Give me wavy trees.
Is
if a
fallen tree? No.
Give me a wavy trees if fallen trees is yes.
Well, so, for the record, you can get to the point where you are under the impression that wavy trees is at least a confirmation of being asked, and a felled tree is not a confirmation. It might not
Okay.
be as simple as yes and no.
Okay.
But it is agreement or disagreement or something along
'Cause
those
I did
lines.
ask-
Positive, negative, blah, blah,
I did
blah.
ask what it knew about all this and pointed to the stuff, and they gave me the trees. So
Yeah.
The wavy trees?
The wavy trees.
assuming
So it knows
that-
a lot.
So it knows something.
I'm assuming the beach is a greeting.
Yeah.
Are we going through the teleporter?
I don't. What? It sounds
We
like
should
these
let the
stinky
crew know
things are on
anything
the other
first.
end.
They're stinky? I didn't get that part of the...
Is there more
Double
of this Androphin tech past the other teleportation circle?
You say that to Moon?
Yes.
Nice calm beach. No waves.
Nice calm beach. What the hell does that mean? I don't know, maybe?
Can we just sneak someone through to take a peek? You send Sulfur through the teleportation circle? Come
This
back and
thing
report?
could
Hey,
be.
I don't know if we can come back.
Well, and on top of that, this thing, the leader of them can know where you're at within 60 feet.
It's
I don't know
true.
that we want to alert
mean,
them to our presence right away.
She showed where it is on the map. Hulak did, or Moon, I can't remember. Like, there's obviously it's an somewhat intricate mining system, so I don't like have it word for word. But from what it looks like, if you look at the map, the place that this leads to is out of the way, and there's like a ladder that goes up to like what looks like. I mean, it's written in Draconic, so I guess none of you can read it. But
Is Draconic common?
oh, like, is it a common language?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not common. What do you mean it's Draconic? I was like,
Is it a common language?
Short circuit my brain. In this world, yeah. In my world, it would be, whether it is or not in normal
All right.
Pathfinder.
Give me a sec. I got.
Hulak, what are they mining and why?
The lifeblood and materials
So the blade
for the
crystals.
sting.
What does the sting look like?
I understand, but why do they need more of it?
So that we can be renewed when we die and return to the sting.
I'm going to take a comprehension elixir. And for 10 minutes, I can read Draconic.
Yeah, it's basically just like there's a hidden hatch. So it looks like they have where this goes to hidden. Doesn't look like there's any other Androphin stuff there.
Okay.
I would ask her, what does sting look like?
Do you know what a scorpion is?
Yes.
It is a black scorpion. I do not know to what degree, but that is what it is depicted as in the mural. And she points to like the bottom of that cylindrical part on the map. There's like, it's not drawn obviously, but like there's a part that's labeled mural. There's a mural there.
Is there anything we can roll to identify what the hell that is?
Anyone can roll religion if you want.
Religion. Guided by the stars.
No,
17.
no, you can't. So 17 for
15.
I'm assuming esoteric lore is fine. 24.
That 20 for a 32.
gotcha. I always feel bad. Doesn't strike any bells.
Damn it.
For sure. Which probably tells you that it's like its own little pocket thing. It's not, I mean, it still does give you information that it's definitely not related to any known thing. There are plenty, the issue is that this could be imagery for something, or it could literally be like a black scorpion thing. There aren't any things that come to mind for you, Renisteer, of that would like be that would probably be this if the sting
Even
was
with like
the
the added context of like the other like blighted creatures around it, is there anything tangentially related that could narrow it down? Because I'm assuming they would have to be in league to some
Why don't you
degree.
roll a nature check with a +4 circumstance?
Oh, good. +2 then.
Are you untrained?
Yes. I
Then
would
you
re-roll.
cannot
again.
make that roll. Never
Okay.
mind.
All right. Oh
Never
no!
mind.
Wait. No, I'm untrained. I have a +2, but that's it.
Hello, GM Jack here with a super quick rules correction. You absolutely can roll a recall knowledge while untrained in a skill. Thankfully, I correct myself in a few minutes, but I still wanted to hop in to assure everyone my mistake does get rectified soon. Now back to the action. But yeah,
I say we get back to the crew before we make any decisions here.
Why?
crew. Or is this common?
Yep.
Sorry. She says crew.
The crew is the floating island that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
That's how we got here.
Really need to?
I mean, like, communicate,
Oh.
not
Oh.
get back to
I
them
have 4
physically.
uses of sending.
Yeah, I was just saying
I
we
just
can
used
do it
one.
however.
Just
If
let-
we're planning on doing that, but I don't know. Is that what we're planning on doing? Going and lurching into
Well, I guess I
danger
don't.
and
I don't
saving?
know.
Well, it sounds like these things are not good.
It sounds like they're just going to be tyrants after these things are tyrants.
Yeah, I kind of my whole thing to not, abuse power.
Maybe we just go in to get what we need and don't interfere with the power struggle.
I disagree.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this in this room right now.
Why?
Why?
I walk into a corner and just sit down.
Okay.
I don't think it is right to. Clearly, these things have been lying to these kobolds. I don't think it's right to leave them under the boot of oppression, especially from the description of these things. They're
I-
abusing their power.
Can you convince?
I shall remain under the boot of the sting.
What if the sting lied to you?
It couldn't.
Can it not speak?
Admittedly, I have not spoken to it.
If what we're talking
It's
about
like talent.
is what
It's like somebody told you if Tezetios lied to you.
Yeah, it's fair.
if what
Like,
we're
would you be like, yes?
I'm getting what you're putting down. I just, I'm not used to talking to people who've not gotten out. We'll say.
I'm sorry, Aimon. I cut you off.
It's okay. If what we're doing is, if we're going to free them, I guess, get rid of the tyrannical power, isn't that the power that rises, keeps them alive once they die again? And they're all Blightburn sick, so they'll all just die of Blightburn sickness in this.
They made
will be
it
a
sound like they
vacant-
come back as these things.
No.
What happens to you afterwards?
We are reborn as the cleansed. She just like motions. to
So
all the
you were
kobolds in the room.
reborn
Yes.
from.
Those before me. Yes.
I think that could just be bullshit.
Yeah, I
Saying-
think they're literally just born.
I think.
Yeah,
they
I think
literally-
they're being lied to about that too.
If you can convince them that they will not just turn around and be slavers and tyrants just like the ones before them, I'm okay with.
I
getting
mean, the
involved,
ones
but
before them are literal like fiends. Not in
What's the difference if they're behaving the same?
Okay, well, there's a major difference. If something is naturally evil, it is in its nature.
These are choosing if they're because they're not fiends.
I'm suggesting a genocide.
I mean, I will say Zolgath are monstrous. I mean, they are sentient humanoids to some level, but they are like evil creatures to their core.
Yeah.
Not quite to the level of a planar being, but they are not great creatures.
So
I will also point out for the religion person, Ernester, and you also rolled very high. This is a classic cult structure
Yeah.
of one.
They told them the islands.
Yeah, one voice control of information. It is safe to assume that probably none of this is word for word true, at least.
Right.
Because I don't know what you shared or not, but I know the info you got was these aeons are just made to switch things around.
Yes, but
They're not made
that
to
seems
solve
much
anything.
more neutral. It's not factoring in which one is the evil one.
I was trying
presumably
to-
the kobolds were in power at one point, and then it flipped. Is my assumption. But that being said, understand that these creatures, these Zolgaths, are evil to their core. There's no reasoning with them. They are actively taking advantage of these kobolds and lying to them. To what degree, I don't know, but they are clearly trying to keep them here under their
Do you think
slavery.
the Aeon could do it without our help, or no?
I don't think the Aeon cares. I think the Aeon is doing what the Aeon wants, similar to how the Prometheans are doing what the Prometheans must do by nature. I don't think they have a good or
Proteans.
evil. Proteans, whatever. Wrong franchise. I think that the Proteans are doing what the Proteans do by nature in the same way the Aeons will do what they do by nature. There's not a good or bad. It is just what is in their line of order and chaos.
I just mean, do they need us to help with that or not?
I mean, clearly I don't know if the Aeon itself is just making sure that the power stays. So maybe, I mean, honestly, we might piss off the Aeon. But if
I'm
they
fine
are
with
being
helping.
oppressed,
Okay, we are saying all of this in the room, though.
Yeah.
With the Aeon, who can hear us.
Mm-hmm. And Hulak is locked in. She's listening to everything because she's
Hulak,
now...
yeah,
she's probably not going to comprehend most of it. I'm just saying
she
that, like,
also has wavy trees in her
So,
head.
does anything
well,
like
sorry, real quick before you go on to that. I was wrong. You can recall knowledge untrained. Make a nature check +4 circumstance.
Okay. So +6.
I just want to get ahead of that before we move on and I forget about it.
23.
What were you trying to find out?
The connection of if you...
The square sting.
Yeah,
Of if there's anything tangentially related.
A black scorpion might represent. Yeah, you don't know. No clue.
That's probably 30.
So since we're going up against another cult like
Sorry, I cut him off. He was going to say something.
Okay, so I had a couple things.
Mhm.
I was playing it like Renister did not tell us that information about the Aeon, because that literally would have been in front of the Aeon. So I don't know.
I was playing that way too.
I know, and you said it out of character, and then you said stuff about it in character.
I would just cut that part out because I was holding on to that part, not going to say it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was
Okay,
clear because
All I wanted
that would
to say
change
was,
my.
does the Aeon need our help? Because I know
Yeah.
the only thing I know
Okay.
about Aeons is that they
I
try
would-
to restore
so,
balance.
There are some things I must share, not in present company. But
telepathy is still active.
oh yeah, then I just relay it to Phosphorus.
Oh, we all go silent for a bit. Nod. Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know how effective telepathy is with a creature that communicates exclusively through the mind.
That's
But
what I was saying earlier.
Well, it's a one-on-one connection.
sure,
Can
in
I
theory,
sort of, as we're doing this, like saying all this stuff, can I pick up if what the Aeon like moon is? Is it have any sort of reaction? Is it moving? Is it just staring at us?
that was the other thing that I was going to bring up is like if I wanted to like roll or whatever when he was talking about proteans. And when he said that, I wanted to see if there was some kind of reaction from the Aeon.
Oh, I didn't even know you said proteins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say accidentally?
He said Prometheus instead.
Yeah, because he said
Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Oh, gotcha.
Proteans.
Anyone can roll perception -4 circumstance.
It's hard to read a gem with arms.
Yeah, correct.
Nat 20 for a 24.
25.
Wait, 25.
Nope.
You said
25.
-3, right?
Oh, -4, 21.
24. With a nat 20.
Everybody but Renister? There is no change when Aeon is said. When Protean is said. It by now has probably turned back to the mine board or whatever. And like it doesn't have eyes, but it's like,
Focused.
yeah. So
So since we're up against another cult again, the last time we went up against something like this,
Oh.
I used a different weapon. Do you want me to try to build one of those
Yeah,
again?
don't put a crater in the fucking island.
It's okay.
We don't want to save the kobolds by tearing their home in half.
I mean, they got 2 years to live. I don't know how long.
Okay, maybe, but we can help with that to
Do
some
we need
degree.
any extra firepower from the ship?
I don't know that we can get it through the teleporter unless there's.
I mean, people with firepower.
oh,
Sorry.
I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk them getting sick.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're
I
going
did
through
give
the.
them all little EpiPens, but that's fine. We don't ever have to use those.
Wait, but we have no idea if we need to go through the teleporter or not.
Well, I'm assuming this is on the other side of the island with the giant sandstorm.
Is it hidden?
Is it? I mean, we know it's on the other side.
It'd be
because I
nice
did
to go
ask
somewhere that's already
Moon
hidden,
that.
as opposed to trying to sneak in.
Well, I don't think they've ever been above the mines. I think they've been in the mines and that's it.
We are above the mines.
There's
Now.
something that's
Oh, the mines are below us?
No.
Are they
They're-
but they're
over where
lower.
the big spinny is?
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
if something's already hidden though for sure, that's nicer than going somewhere that we don't know is hidden from the gaze of these creatures.
I don't think we can take the ship anywhere near that sandstorm, though.
I mean, just us.
You want to walk across into a sandstorm?
No, I want to teleport across.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Me too.
Yeah.
You guys are arguing
Well,
with
same.
each other.
I
about
think we
the same-
are.
I say
Okay.
we use the teleporter. Well, I say we use the
All right,
teleporter.
so
Okay,
if everyone's
so
ready to go,
I guess we'll use the teleporter is what we came up with.
Do we have anyone that wants to come as a guide?
Do we want them to?
I must come.
you must come.
Yes.
Why?
Because you do not know the sting.
Do you know how to use the
You called it.
teleporter?
The cleansed will not trust you.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh yeah, there's more.
Do you know? Do you trusted us?
Diplomacy boy.
I can communicate with you. She says in draconic things.
Exactly.
None of you respond.
You got to write them down for me to know.
I do respond.
In common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See.
No. Moon comes as well.
Okay. Why?
Moon always comes. Moon is competent. We need Moon. No questions.
Can we powwow outside for a bit?
Can I see if she's full of shit right there?
In what way? What do you mean?
If Moon is competent, I want to know if this is exactly her idea. If this is like,
Moon just comes naturally.
yeah, if like, I want to know if she's lying about anything with what she just said.
No, she said that shit with her full chest. She fully believes it. She says it in a way that like Moon is so competent compared to her. She doesn't know how competent Moon is.
Okay,
It's like it's like a thing of like this would not exist without Moon.
I think
I'm
you
just
get better
gonna-
answers for being so confident.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't think, outside of what we've already gleaned from her, that she's going to be the most reliable narrator on any of the questions we ask her, because she's also a victim of this cult. So they have only given her the information they want her
Are you
to
saying
know.
this all out loud?
Yes.
She can help
What-
communicate though.
What is a cult? And what is
It's a group
victim?
of people like yourself. Anyway, so
You are a cult.
yes.
No, we're not big enough.
The big, large group of people.
You
Yes.
need at least
Thank you, Diego.
20 members.
The crew is a cult.
No, not
No,
enough.
we don't have 20.
It is an island.
Yes.
Now imagine a pyramid.
Now imagine all of us raising a child.
Give me $10.
I guarantee I can double it for you.
Yeah. Okay, so wait. So you guys are stepping out to have.
Yeah, we're gonna step out and have a conversation.
All right.
I mean, you guys go outside. Hulak does not care, obviously.
Okay.
Magnus comes with you.
Dodge the traps on the way out.
So
He's been quiet this whole time, but he does say,
do you have thoughts, Magnus?
"Yeah, I was studying the map. My guess is that what we're looking for is in the cradle."
neat.
That's good to know.
Also, I just want to point out, I'm currently looking. I guess we're all looking for Androphan tech that has to do with fucking with people and stuff. There's nothing to say that that also can't be the case of like life, I guess. Like, my point is that I think we've got a good lead here, and the cradle's the answer to that. Whether that's, I don't know about you guys. My running theory is that the Scorpion's just a group of androids.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
I knew they'd probably have to deal something with the androids, perhaps.
I'm
but-
a little concerned about our giant crystal ball friend.
Yeah, he might turn on us if we try to
He's a little unnerving.
attack the other things, but they are not. I can tell you this much: they're not going to want us in their territory. Also, the thing I've been, I like I said about the Aeon before, it just flips the power structure without any sort of care of morality. It's not about morality. It's a pretty strict structure of the person in power becomes the oppressed, and the oppressed becomes the person in power. So
How hard
How
to
is
kill
that?
is the Aeon?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe this is. I couldn't really get a read, but do you think we could take it?
It's a ball with arms. I have no idea.
Well, to be fair, we did kill that giant dragon.
Yeah, but we don't know. We said it was a common. Like, this is the most common
your
form of
best
hand.
guess is that, like, all of you combined, probably. I mean, the issue is, as you say, it will probably want to keep a power structure, not get rid of it. So whatever, like, the scorpion thing is or whatever, like, if you come to blows, it might be like, no, we keep this and then fight you with it, or, like, them, whatever the scorpion thing is. You know what I mean?
If need be, I can bring a protein to our side.
Level fucking 3 protein or whatever the fuck
it can take a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
maybe
so, like,
maybe the battle between a protean and an Aeon will signal to some other proteans. I don't know.
Okay.
We don't
I think
want
the protean
proteans here.
might not be stupid. It might try to run away. It could pull the Aeon with it. Because that might override
It
its-
could at least like shift aggression.
Yeah, because
Is there-
then we can run into the mine while it's dealing with that. Because I don't think if we attack it here, the kobolds are all going to attack us. They clearly view this thing as some sort of shaman or leader or possibly god.
Have we
I
decided
don't
for
know.
sure we're attacking it?
No.
Well, it will attack us presumably if we try to upheave these evil creatures in the mind.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's guaranteed at
Yeah.
all.
It wants to upheave them. It just wants
Yeah.
to replace them with the kobolds.
yeah, it will probably not be happy with you upheaving the power structure that's in place.
So really kill the guy with the brains, the
Thought-maw.
the Thought-maw. And then that kind of upheaves that. And maybe that's all he's kind of looking for, you know?
I'm pretty sure every revolution, someone's got to die for it.
What the hell was that?
What?
Never mind.
I mean, most revolutions, people usually have to die. In
Like the one you
part of
caused
it.
in Walkers lots of people died.
Actually, yes, but
That's not because of what I did.
but
though.
what I'm saying is that when changing like social status, when upheaving that, it's usually violence is involved. So that's what I'm saying. Like
And
immediately
when I
attacking.
drink tea, I have to pee. What is your point? That,
My
yes.
point is that the thing probably won't attack us because we're killing the other people. That's probably going to be part of the
Well,
upheaval.
I guess if we reach a
I guess-
certain point of trying to wipe them out, maybe.
Oh yeah, genocide probably not.
I guess I
I
just
still
don't
like that
understand
idea.
what the point was of that part of the conversation,
Is it a
because I thought it was just understood that we would attack those things.
No, I think what he's trying to say is the Aeon itself will understand that the violence must be used to kill, like take out the power structure.
Oh.
So
Well,
it will
I thought
be
that-
neutral.
I'm sorry. I guess that was already assumed in my head.
I mean, I assumed it.
Are we
was
wanting
just
to upset the
confirming.
power structure here?
Like,
I think we're gonna have a choice.
These are evil creatures. They're
I
cut
think-
and dry evil.
What I'm saying is, you can like all the Aeon wants to do is probably destroy them too and replace them with the kobolds.
Mhm.
So there is a way to destroy them in which the Aeon is not upset with us, because that's what it's hoping.
Well,
to
yes,
do
that's what I'm
anyway.
saying. I think that's what we're trying to get
So
at.
maybe
is
we don't need to plan on fighting.
Well, but that's just
No.
replacing with
we
tyranny, which kind of
will.
goes against his
We
thing.
will, because I don't think that the Brain Maw is going to want to give up his position. If anything, they get more powerful with the territories they
I feel
control.
like what I'm trying to say is not going through.
We need to take a step back. You, Aimon, are talking about fighting the Aeon right now. Is that what you're saying?
What if I can say what I'm saying very simply is, I don't think the Aeon will be bothered by us harming the monsters.
Yes, I think
Yes.
that is where the communication
So then
just
why
broke
do
down.
we think it will attack
We're,
us?
No,
We're not.
no.
It's just Magnus kind of asked the question if we could take it. That's where that
Yeah.
Why do
stemmed
we
from.
need to
because
take it?
if
Because
the Aeon perceives that we are trying to completely upheave the order that it has put in place, rather than just flip the scales, there is a possibility it could turn on us. Say I don't know how that could manifest, if it means that we kill too many of these monsters, and then it perceives that we are trying to wipe them all out, or some other trigger. I don't know, but that is a possibility we have to keep in mind. Not a guarantee that it will attack, but that it is a distinct possibility that it could turn on us at any moment should we try to attack the Brain Maw.
Fatima.
Whatever.
Perhaps it would communicate to us first, or not. I don't know.
I believe it would. I think
Probably.
really the main thing is we were just kind of talking hypotheticals there. I think what it needs to come
okay.
down to is
I just thought of another possibility. What if it now perceives us as being on the Cobalt side and tries to make us stay as the leaders?
I
We
don't
just get on
think
our
it
ship and
works
fly
that
away.
way, does it?
I don't know. I've never run into Aeons. I didn't even know they
Yeah, it
existed.
seems like
till
there's too many
recent-
things we can't answer right now.
Yeah.
What we can answer is like, are we doing something about this? Which seems like yes.
I would
And
say yes.
are we trying to sneak through without the Aeon with us, or are we just going with the Aeon knowing that it and just keeping our eyes open?
I
And it
think
would
chances are
probably
probably
follow.
follow us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't we just go, keep our eyes open?
Well, do we want? That's the thing. Do we want to just willingly take it with us, or try to provoke some distraction to get in?
Because
Because
with the Aeon we get a guide. Without the Aeon we don't get a guide, and according to her, which I said could be nonsense, but the cleansed won't trust us. So it
Well, they
sounds
can't
like it'd be.
speak our
that's
language.
without Hulak.
Yeah.
But she
Who
won't
like
go if the Aeon doesn't go.
Right.
And I'm guessing she won't
She
like it
wasn't
if
even
we,
aware that it would be a question. In her mind, Moon is going. You could talk to her about that.
She said no questions,
I
but
mean, we could.
yeah, I'm just saying.
If it's chasing, say, a protean.
I don't think we need to distract it.
Okay. Just a hypothetical I was throwing out there. Not that we need to do it,
so
but
you think we could just convince her to go with us without the Aeon?
no, it'll come with. I think regardless.
I think it just comes with. I honestly don't think that's going to be a big deal. It's just
Sorry, the GM had me convinced that we could convince her.
I'm just saying none of
We
you
can
have.
try.
Yeah, I'm just saying none of you have actively tried to convince her. She just said something and no one like really fought it. So I'm saying you could try.
This is what happens when you speak
But-
with confidence.
Yeah, people just listen. I guess. Yeah, that's why she's the leader because no one else just. says
I
things.
am her subject.
Yeah, but yeah. Anything else? So that to summarize, the rough idea now is that you are going to go in and kind of deal with things with these Zolgath, but at the same time look into what is most likely there's probably some android stuff going on here somewhere within all that.
the way
Yes.
the way I see it is when we go in to do our thing with the androids, these evil creatures are going to attack us and we need to beat them
Probably.
and then just move on.
I don't think they're going to
That's-
like new things coming in their territory.
That's going to be the thing. That's what I'm taking from this.
Yes.
I think, yeah. I
The
think you-
fact that like the whole upheaval of the structure and like I don't care about doing that necessarily, because I don't understand the ramifications of it, and proteins are already reared, and the fact that an Aeon is involved in this, and Aeons and proteins are kind of involved with the end of the world per se. I don't know. I'm not super trusting of either of those groups.
I'm not either.
And their philosophies. So, but I just don't. I think we're just go and look for our thing and then fight stuff if we need to. Is
Ren
how-
made it sounded like we should hunt down all of the
I
monsters, right?
said that at first, but I think even if it is not provoked, that we need to get rid of the. I keep forgetting what
The
Zolgath.
Thoughtma.
What?
The Thoughtma.
Thoughtma.
Okay, sorry.
I think that we should get rid of it because I do care about these kobolds being exploited. It goes against all of my beliefs to just leave this as is.
From what I understand, the main reason they're organized is because of the Thoughtma.
By exploitation. They don't know that there's anything other than this island. It's a
No,
cult.
I'm talking about the rest of the Zolgath.
Oh, yes.
Like the
Yes,
only reason
yes.
they're organized in the way that they are is
We don't
because
know
there's
their
a Thoughtma.
numbers, though.
Cut off the
we
head
say
kind of thing.
we've seen 15 kobolds, and presumably there is more oppressed on the other side. But we don't know the number game here. If there's like 100,
Yeah, but like Aimon just said, it's the cut off the head kind of thing.
Mhm.
do we know that's that would be how these creatures work?
Oh,
or would
for
they
sure.
The stories
They're a very leader-driven society.
I see.
Like the
Okay.
strong rise to the top. If you get rid of the strong, another one might rise up.
But
But
they'll try to
you
kill each
also-
other.
well, yeah, but you also kind of. It's not common for there to be like one of one type and then all of another one type. Like a Thoughtma is leagues above a Gut Rager in Zolgath capabilities. So getting rid of the Zolgath would probably just lead to the Thoughtma, not the Thoughtma. Getting rid of the Thoughtma would probably just lead to the rest of the Zolgath, the Gut Ragers, to destroying themselves.
Okay.
Because there's no natural leader within
Got it.
them.
There's not. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just-
Most of these creatures have been talked about like pests almost.
Yeah.
Other than obviously the head.
It just clicked. Like thought as in thought provoking, and maw as in MAW.
Stuff once.
It just clicked that that's what it was.
Cool. Well,
I wrote
wait
it
till you learn about Gut Rager.
Yeah, well, I just wrote it
What do you
down
think
as
that does?
I wrote it down as THOTMA.
Yeah, so it has a big ass.
Damn,
Yeah.
you would thought, Mom.
I thought that was immediately what I thought of. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Boy, I fucking sent you.
Go in, kill bad guys, get tech,
Yeah.
leave.
All right, so let's go in, get rid of the cult, reestablish democracy.
Okay, I think that wraps up for the most part that everything you guys were discussing. But is there anything you guys would like to discuss before you go back inside?
So, do we want to just send a message to the crew, tell them we're going to probably teleport to the other side?
They've made it to the second island, only to be met with an Aeon, a cult, some very sick kobolds, and a whole lot of questions. What or who is the Sting? How many Zolgathan kobolds are there? What exactly is the Cradle? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.